Good morning, dear student, and Assalamu alaikum. I hope you people are fine. Again, we are here for an English class. We have done Unit 1, and today we are going to start Unit 2, Lesson 1 of Unit 2. That is about a story, a short story, Pip Meets a Convict. It's a short story taken from a novel, Great Expectations, written by Charles Dickens. As I have told you, story is made up of different elements. So here we have to keep it in mind few elements of the story. The first one is title of the story, the name of the story. Pip leaves a convict. Characters of the story: Pip, a boy; convict, a prisoner; Pip's sister and sister's husband. And the name of the author, you should keep it in mind and you should learn or remember: Charles Dickens. The name of the author is Charles Dickens. The story is on book page 14 in your book, Pip Needs a Convict. Before starting a story or before reading a story, let's discuss words to know. The first word is battery, meaning a fort. A huge building, an old huge building. Blacksmith, a person who creates tool out of metal, a person who works with tool, blacksmith. Churchyard, the wide area around the church used for burials of the dead body. Churchyard, the wide area around the church. That greenish area is churchyard. Coarse, rough, not smooth. Convict, a prisoner. File, a metal tool with rough edge and surface. Grub is a slang word used for food. Battery, blacksmith, churchyard, and a file. Now, the story started from the name of the boy. The boy's father's family name is, the boy's son name is, okay, the last name of your name is your surname. And the boy's family name is Prip. And the boy's first name is Philip. So the boy's full name is Philip Prip. Okay. Learn the spelling of this, Philip Prip. But he called himself Pip. Not Philip, not Prip, he called himself Pip. Where did he live? He lived in a marshy area down by the river, few miles from the sea. A marshy area is a wet area near the sea. And the Pip lived in a marshy area. With whom Pip is living? Actually, the Pip is an orphan. His parents are died, but he is not living alone. He lives with his sister. His sister is married to a blacksmith, and the name of blacksmith is Mr. Joe Gargery, and the name of Pip's sister is Mrs. Joe Gargery. These are all the details on book page 14. Okay. Pip's sister and his husband. Now book page 15. In the start of book page 15, it's written that Pip started to cry. Why did he start to cry? On that day, it was a cloudy, and the grey clouds have covered the whole sky. The grey land and the grey sky made him feel sad, and he realized that he was an orphan. And when he realized that he was an orphan, he started to cry. When he was crying, he heard a terrible voice, and a man stepped out from behind a gravestone and hold him tightly. Keep still, don't move, otherwise I will kill you. I will cut your throat. In the next paragraph, there was a description about a man. He was dressed in a rough grey clothes, and he had a big iron chain on his leg. You can look at the picture given on book page 15. He was an escaped convict, escaped from a prison. His shoes were broken and he had an old rag tied round his head. He was dirty from being soaked in the muddy water from the ditches. He was covered in scratches from nettles and stone. He limped and shivered and glared and groaned. His teeth chattered in his head as he seized me by the chin. His teeth chattered like this. Look at this picture. His teeth chattered. Then he asked few questions from Pip that where did you live? First of all, what's your name? He asked him to tell him quickly. After that, he asked where did you live? And then he turned him upside down and emptied his pockets. And what comes out from his pocket? A piece of bread, which the prisoner started to eat quickly. And then he asked him, where did your parents? And the pip pointing toward the gravestone, he asked, there, sir. The prisoner realized that his parents were alive and there, hereby he started to run away, but then Pip made him clear that his parents were not alive, they were dead. Then the prisoner asked him, so with whom you are living? And the Pip told him that I am living with my sister and my sister's husband is blacksmith. Got it? Then the prisoner came toward Pip and placed him on high tombstone. And then he asked him that you have to do a favor with me. Now, what was the favor? We will read about it tomorrow. Now it's time for your homework. You have to learn words to know, which we have discussed. First 7 words to know, which we have discussed. You have to learn these words to know and do a reading of book page 14 and 15. Underline the difficult words. We will discuss these words tomorrow and start the remaining portion of the story. Thank you, my dear student. Stay blessed, all of you.